Here's a scoop with the Dalvin Cook news. A 27-year-old running back in his prime, 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 52 touchdowns, is getting released because the Vikings don't want to pay him $11 million for a running back. And I just don't understand it. And I don't have the books in front of me. Tom Pelissero told us in the last hour that the Vikings need to pay Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. At some point, they're going to, it appears move on from Kirk Cousins, but I'd imagine it would be a young quarterback. I don't have, I'm not a capologist. I don't play one on TV. I don't have the Vikings books in front of me. But for the life of me, I just do not understand why a running back is devalued to the point where, yeah, we're cutting costs with you. And I'm sure Alexander Mattison can run. We've seen him run. Everybody's picked him up in your fantasy league or he's been a waiver wire darling every single time Dalvin Cook goes out with a shoulder injury that Tom Pelissero said has apparently been finally fixed by surgery. So Cook is healthier than ever, and now he's going to be running with a chip on his shoulder. And I just don't get it. I don't understand why this is the hill on which general managers and NFL front offices and capologists will potentially die on. Because I'm sure Madison can, have a season, but can he run for 1,000 yards? Sure, I'm sure, maybe. 52 touchdowns over 4 seasons? Pro Bowl? Consistency? I guess we're going to find out. So my thought is 2 things. One, I don't get the devaluation of the running back position. Christian McCaffrey was on this program recently, and I asked him. It was great because I think he's the same age as Cook. Right?
Yeah, 27. Actually, McCaffrey just had a birthday this week.
Right, 27. And Zeke is 27. Now, McCaffrey's been pizzade, and there's no question he's going to be playing for the 49ers this year and for a few years to come, as long as he remains healthy. And he said he's never been asked this question about why is the running back position devalued, and what does he say to people who think that way in the NFL and the NFL media. This was his answer.
Somewhere along the line, the running back position has been undervalued, in my opinion, for what they're asked to do. And I think there's a lot of guys that are afraid to speak up about that, but, for multiple reasons. But, I don't know when the value of a yard got diminished. And, I'm for everybody getting paid. I love when guys, earn money and are able to feed their families and have, life-changing, generational-changing money. It's such a special thing because we all work really hard, and it's fun, man. It's a blessing. It really is. And so when I look at what, receivers make and slot receivers make around the league, and then you look at what running backs make, we're at the bottom of the list. And you got backs who have had 2,000-yard seasons. You've had backs who've had 750 to 800 yards receiving, and a lot of people use the injury argument, but I don't know if that's necessarily valid when you look at some of the receivers who have been hurt who still get big contracts. And so I understand we touch the ball the most, but in my opinion, I think we create a lot of value in doing so as well.
Well, this is going to be the latest example of seeing it. Alexander Mattison, you're up. You're up. And we'll see where Dalvin goes next, but that's my first thought is I don't understand the devaluation of the running back position. The Vikings, in my mind, are not a better team the minute they release Dalvin Cook. And in the NFC North, guess who's up? Guess who's on the clock? Hey, Detroit Lions, this is it. Rodgers is gone. The Vikings are having one of those we're not retooling. We're a competitive retooler. Mm-hmm. The Bears are who we think they are, which is a team that is on the rise, but not yet ready to just break out and win the division. You know who is? The Detroit Lions, and I'm not stuttering. And you know who thinks that? The scheduler makers who put the Lions in Kansas City for the whole country to feast on the first piece of filet mignon of the NFL season. The Lions, this is it. I mean, if you told the Lions last year when they bounced Aaron Rodgers, not only did you bounce Rodgers in playoff this year, you've ended his Packers career. He gone. Not only that, but the Vikings are going to release Dalvin Cook, kick the tires on a bunch of quarterbacks in the draft, not draft one. And you just finished the season the way you just did. They'll be like, in. Hey, Detroit. It just keeps getting better for you as the summer moves along. And then the question is where does he go from here? Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.